I'm a wet day little guy. Twust.
Oh, it feels weird. I took a week break and I don't like it because that last episode that you guys watched was pre-recorded. So cope with that knowledge. But we're here. We got episode 41. So peak of a new season. Hence peak new pajama pants. I don't know. They look neat. But you have me and you have Squishy. And tonight we got Egg and Shmarky. And
nachos.
I don't think either one of them truly knows what they've signed up for. But that's okay.
No.
We're only going to traumatize
I'm
you
excited,
like
though.
25%, you know? Maybe a little more. Maybe a little less.
I thought we said we were going to stop traumatizing.
Then I lose, like, all of our viewership.
That's okay. My water. I had to get my water. I'm sorry for my... Pardon my reach.
Pardon. Alright, so I feel like we should start off with a strong one.
Oh.
And this comes from Best of Redditor Updates.
Okay.
So this was originally on Am I the Asshole? It got put on to Best of Redditor Updates, so that's how you know it got juicy. And it's Am I the Asshole for telling my male friend that he shit at sex? So the only trigger warning is like misogyny. Yeah, cope with that.
Wait. I don't know if I'm going deaf. I don't know if I'm going deaf. But did I hear
You first.
Can you reread that, please?
Yeah, so
Right here. Yes.
am I the asshole for telling my male friend that he's shit at sex?
Oh, okay.
What did you hear?
I mean, you don't want to know.
You really don't. I know where our brain goes.
She's gonna be all different. Held across the blanket. She's gonna do okay, guys.
I'm sure she's fine. She'll recover. Let's see.
So
This is an old
am I
one.
the asshole? Okay, am I the asshole
gonna be a
for telling my
story first.
friend? Yeah, but like the title. So he told his friend that he shit at sex.
Yep.
Depends on the context.
We're gonna get
But
it.
honestly, I wouldn't say.
That's
okay.
we're getting there.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So, originally from 2020, so it is an old one, so it's had plenty of time to sit, simmer, soak. OP is a 24 female. One of the male friends we'll call Jack, 25 male, is a bit of a lad, but very good looking. They are not from America. They use the phrase lad a lot. I don't know what the fuck that means. We're gonna assume it means fuckboy. Cause that's the about best context I got.
So it means it's a term for a dude in Scotland and Ireland. A lad, like
It's
LAD.
like thing, bro.
Yeah.
Because they refer
Lad
back
less.
to it as like, so I call Jack, bit of a lad, very good looking. Basically, Jack thinks that lad points are important. So, that's my only context, is they're referring to like a fuck boy. Are dude points a thing?
They have points?
I don't know. I don't have a wiener.
Yeah.
So that's the only
Anyway.
context, is I think it's like a
Okay.
fuck boy.
You have one. What's it like, man?
Which part?
The tit. Okay.
The
Anyway,
pee.
what's the story?
Okay. He's always going on about how many girls he's been with, and how high his body count is. I've lived with him in a house we share for a while, and whenever he brought a girl home, he'd make sure to parade her around, introducing her, spend about 15 to 20 minutes in his room having sex, then come out and strut around naked or in his boxers. Yes, he really would. I remember him saying a few times, why are you out here? Oh, I remember saying to him a few times, why are you out here? You have a beautiful girl in your room and you're not in there with her. This behavior was pretty common for him. Even though he was an almighty douche, we are still friends. Anyways, after about 8 months of living together and a drunken night, me and Jack ended up in bed together. Honestly, it was terrible. And having slept with him, I realized something. Jack had a big dick, which I knew because of his strutting, but he thought that because it was big, that automatically meant that he was good. Like, it just immediately made him amazing in bed. Our sex was shit. Hands down, the worst I'd ever had. No foreplay. He left lights and TV on, and then unceremoniously shoved himself inside of me. The whole thing was basically a race for him to get inside as quickly as possible. Maybe 10 minutes of uncomfortable jackhammering, and he was done. The next morning, I was really sore because 1, wasn't wet, 2, and it was big. But because I was sore, he took that as him doing a bang-up job. Anyway, that experience was a few years ago, and even after all this time, Jack is still the same lad he was and still fucks girls like they're lined up on a conveyor belt for him. Back to present. Recently, my husband and I hosted a barbecue in our garden as gatherings are now allowed. So this is around COVID time. Jack came over as he's in our mutuals groups. Of course, after a while, Jack starts going on about all the girls he slept with, and even showing up another girl at the party by telling people he'd fucked her. Then he turns to me and asks if I can prove to the lads how fire he is at sex. Slightly embarrassed, but also angry he even mentioned me, I straight up told him that it was shit, basically the worst I'd ever had, then went on to say what happened and that he only has sex just to say that he's had it. It wasn't fun, pleasurable, or enjoyable, and for the record, I didn't come. Amazingly enough, 2 other girls backed up what I was saying their nights with him were pretty much the same to how I described it. Jack got defensive and angry, but he wouldn't drop it. He eventually left absolutely fuming. My husband knows I've slept with him years before and said I was insensitive, especially as it seems that Jack heavily relies on the lad/sex god persona that he's created. I don't think so. It was about time Jack was called out for being shit in bed and maybe use this to learn how to actually have sex. All the boys in the group think I'm an ass for calling Jack out. Me and the girls disagree. So that's update 1.
What?
Yeah.
If it's on Best of Redditor updates, there's either at least 1 or 2 more updates after it.
Oh my god. Well,
Y'all's facial
go on.
expressions after she said there's another one.
You don't got no comments to it?
Okay.
She's not an asshole.
No, she's not an asshole, definitely.
Yeah. Especially if the guy has to go like, tell him it was fire.
In front
Who
of her
said that?
husband, too. Like, what the
That sex
hell?
was, oh yeah, dude, that sex was
I would have
poggers.
cold cocked him. Fucking.
Dude, no. That's so gross. Like, genuinely. Like, what? Ew. The energy, like, the Jack, what's his name? Jack's his name?
Yeah.
It gives me, college frat boy.
Insanely.
College frat boy that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Like, how are you still doing that late into your adulthood? College, I could get, like, the phase. But if we're all adults, people are getting married, having kids, you're still doing this?
Hey, she's definitely not an asshole. I think she's in the right, and, I want to hear what else has happened.
I got you.
I'm still
I got
so,
you.
like, baffled at the fact that he did that in front of her husband. That's
Dude.
what baffles me. The
I think,
disrespect is just
like, I
beyond
could speak
me.
for both of our husbands. If there was ever a fucking situation like that, someone's catching a felony.
Same.
Yep.
Like, oh. And it wouldn't even be the husband. It would probably be me. I would start swinging. Let's see. Okay,
I'll
so
be
there
right
are
next
like
to you with a fucking chair. What the fuck do you mean?
right, like we're going WWE fucking tag team. There are a couple of edits. So people are asking like, why are you still friends? And she just said, you know, like he is honestly a decent guy at times. It's just blanketed by a douchey exterior. After she moved out, they fell out of close contact, but they're still hovering within mutual friend circles. So they're not directly friends, but they're more of like a friend of the friend situation. So that's the only reason he's still around.
I can understand like not being like wanting to just completely get rid of him, especially if you guys have mutual friends. I get that completely. There goes my hand. But don't say that he's a decent guy, because decent guys don't do that.
Decent guys are usually decent in bed, but you know, that's a different point.
You're not wrong. I mean, it's true.
We'll kill him.
Yeah. Ooh.
But the update comes 3 days later. Honestly, reading through the comments of women praising me for standing up and being honest warms my heart. I greatly appreciate the support I got and the response my post has encouraged me to be a stronger person. Yes, in the moment I was angry, but now I feel that I can continue standing up for myself and not taking any more shit. I ended up telling my husband I posted this on Reddit, and seeing how popular the post was and the comments for himself, he was immediately upset that people called him an asshole for not standing up for me. From that, we had a long, maybe overdue discussion. I laid out how embarrassing the situation was for me and how after dealing with so much from Jack that I wasn't going to apologize for tearing him down. Like so many people commented on, I asked my husband why he was okay with Jack's comments. As surely, Jack embarrassed him as well. I even pointed to a hilarious string of comments with my personal favorite of, I think it's funny that the husband was disagreeing. Like, honey, be nice and tell Jack he was he has bomb-ass dick. Go ahead and tell everyone he laid the pipe. Go on. My husband reasoned that that's just Jack. He doesn't really mean any harm in what he jokes about. I told my husband how I felt, and he honestly didn't realize that all this time the sexual jokes made me so uncomfortable, and that I just covered up my uneasiness by just going along with it. I also wanted to distance myself from his friends, close and mutual, as right now I feel like there was never any respect before and certainly won't be any respect for me after, as I'm still getting messages from the boys calling me a bitch, slut, whore, you name it. I told my husband that if he wasn't going to stand up for me or with me, I would leave him. The persona he has around his friends is completely different to his true personality. Lag spike, and this is not the man I married. I respect myself more than to let a husband and his friends disregard my feelings in such a blatant way. And worse, allow my husband to witness and just stand by me getting publicly humiliated. My husband is not confrontational whatsoever, but admitted that he too was very embarrassed but kept quiet. He has never said anything before because Jack is the ringleader of the group and didn't want to go up against him. As it turns out, this isn't the first time Jack has made comments about me to my husband. I just haven't been there to witness it. Furious at that, I told my husband that breaking away from the toxic group would be the best for both of us, but if he wants to be Jack's lapdog, then I won't get in the way. I'm pleased to say my husband chose me. He apologized for his own complicit behavior and agreed our lives would improve without the so-called friends. I think me pointing out that his friends disrespecting me were in turn disrespecting him got him to see the reality of it. Truthfully, if they had any shred of respect for him as a friend, they would not be putting him down publicly as well. We are both the butt of the joke. One last point, I didn't apologize to Jack, never intend to. Honestly, I intend to never speak to him again, but I did message him before I blocked him. To sum up, I messaged to detail point by point why he was bad in bed, that having a big dick does not equate to being great in bed, and to get off his high horse. Women are not objects for you to parade around and embarrass, and maybe if you could please women, you wouldn't just have to rely on getting girls drunk from a club or a bar. I also let him know that how he treats his female friends is appalling, and that he needs to reflect on not just his sex game, but who he is as a person. I've informed Jack of his lack of skills, and he is no longer ignorant. If he continues with his behavior, this is not on me. For the record, yes, women should be open and honest in bed, but I don't think it should be a woman's responsibility to let a man know. I mean, come on, guys. Read the room. Once again, thank you. Sincerely, women everywhere. That's everything.
I agree. Yeah. She definitely wasn't an asshole. Aw.
She was
He was
what
that.
what the gays call queen or something.
Or something.
She was she was very valid for her feelings and like for her response especially. She was very mature. A lot of people would have been like nowadays would have been very harsh in like the sense of like doxing. I feel like that would have happened as well, like a lot of that, because you can do whatever the fuck you want on the internet. It's just you're gonna have consequences. So her response was very mature, and honestly I have mad respect for her for that, especially for like how like she handled it, and her husband as well.
Dude,
Partner.
I'm sorry. To learn that the husband was actually getting more comments from this guy about his wife when she wasn't around is the most infuriating shit. Like, I'm glad they talked about it. I'm glad they're resolving that, because, like, good on you, honey. But, like, I feel like that might be a deal breaker for me. Even if it was fixable, even if he said I would work on it, I feel like that might be something where I'm like, you actively let somebody talk shit about me in a room I wasn't in and did nothing. Like, did you marry your friend or did you marry me?
Honestly, yeah, that is a deal breaker. Because the main, like, I'm honest as a person, but the main like person I'm honest like always gonna be with is who I'm talking with. Like, I tell him everything. Like, before I feel like something's wrong, something's bothering me. It can be as little as, like, I don't like how you spoke to me. It's just kind of upset me a little bit. I'll speak about it to him. I have to like kind of collect my thoughts and be like, yeah. You know, like, tell him everything.
Right, and it's like, that's so important.
I agree that.
And I'm glad. That's a good thing that they resolved it. I feel like that they resolved it in the healthiest way possible, because Reddit's also like an echo chamber. It's similar to VR chat in that echo chamber of like shit, where one thing happens and everybody decides go nuclear, ruin their life, do X, Y, and Z instead of like sit and talk with them, and it's probably resolvable. So clearly, like,
people care too much.
They do.
That's
And
the problem.
I'm glad they fixed it, because clearly, like, man might need some therapy of some sort of just like, you need a backbone. I understand enjoying friendships and I like having friends, but I feel like there's such a hard line with friendships and relationships, regardless of how long you've been friends with that person. If you have a partner and your partner is disrespected, you better be ready to kiss that friendship out the fucking door if they can't respect what you're doing. Now, unless obviously the circumstances are very abusive, and that's a different story. But like, if Squishy was like an asshole to me behind my back, you're my only frame of reference in retrospect.
I'm sorry.
But if like she was an asshole to me behind my back, right, and was doing it to my fiance, I don't care if we've been friends since diapers, I'm blocking you. And I would expect the same respect back. Like, you're kind of stuck with me. But I don't know. That's weird. But also, I hope big dick energy does not mean good dick energy. End of the day. When people say size doesn't matter, this is kind of what they is.
It doesn't matter. Listen, there's a certain point where
It doesn't feel like anything.
It just
It doesn't feel like anything, or it hurts.
Like, I would say, if anything, for Dad, if you're watching this, now is the time to fucking mute. You can come back in 5 minutes. My parents are subscribed as frame of reference. Sometimes they watch. I don't know which ones they watch. I just need the notice out there, just in case. Also, hi Chaos. Burger Cat. Tell Burger Cat I said hello. There you go.
Wait,
but I lost my train of thought. Fuck. No, okay. I feel like people with big dicks have to be more careful, if anything, because it's like a very fine line of this is awesome. I hurt.
It's not just that. It's depending on the size. It's a fine line from this feels great to we're at the emergency room now.
Exactly. And
I don't like the emergency room.
I have a little emergency story on that actually. So I have had 12 inches. Hurts like a bitch. He ripped
not the coochie
Oh,
memo.
she was like, you know when cats will scream cry? She was doing that at the end of it. So I went to the emergency room because of it. He ripped like a whole new hole, like into it. And I had like the stitches up there. Probably the second like worst pain of my life. And yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
Size does matter. That was my experience with 12 inches. Don't do it. Like all those, like you know those like book talk bitches. They'll be like, "Oh my god, I want this to happen to me." No, you don't.
No, you don't. We're not equipped.
No, you don't.
Also, Chaos said sorry, not sorry, and I'm scared now. Oh?
Oh, I got
should
Silver
be.
saying egg and Shmarky episode.
I should be. Chaos just sent me $20. That's why he said not sorry.
Nice. But like I'm glad this had, I think, the best possible solution too. And I also the two random girls at the party who were like, yeah, also we also have shitty experiences. I love them.
The fact that he had so many that two of them were there, like, that's just not no self-respect for yourself as well. Like it's worth that you like not respecting these like women that you should not be pulling because they're gorgeous, but you have like no like self-respect for yourself. That's why like I assume that this guy like honestly does not like dislikes himself as a person if he treats himself like that. You know?
Thank you, Chaos. Yeah, oh fucking Christ, I have new audio pings. That just threw me for a loop. Also, Silver says he loves you guys.
Hi, Silver.
Chaos! Save your money!
Jeez.
But,
You can't tell that man to save his money. He won't. It's Friday. We're fucked.
that's the third one.
Mm.
Chaos.
You gotta remember this man gave me almost $200 one time, okay?
Jesus Christ.
I don't wanna...
Don't let Chaos meet Alfie.
I'm not crying on stream tonight. I have Spider-Man pajama pants on. Let that be known.
on stream tonight.
We might. Chaos! I'm getting sidelined. Anyway, you know what? You know what's great about sidelines? Squishy story.
That was a horrible lead up, my love.
That's so horrible.
lead up.
Chaos, stop!
Okay, so
Great.
we both have two. I'm gonna let you choose the first one I read. I will tell you the titles.
Oh,
I'm starting to pick this back up again because I enjoy people's reactions to the titles. It's funny as fuck. So, you have, am I the asshole for refusing to let my mother-in-law hold my baby after she told my husband to get a paternity test? Or, my daughter calls her dad another man's name and calls another man dad.
I've heard the first one.
chaos.
The
What's
second
the second one?
What's the second one?
second one. I've heard of the first one as well. That sounds like a Darman thing. The first one. I swear
No,
that's
it's
like
not
a
Darman
Darman
for me. I've seen a lot of Instagram videos of the AI voices telling the stories.
Oh my god, those are so
Oh my God.
annoying, bro.
I will say the one that I would be reading was posted on March 15th of this year.
Chaos, thank you.
So,
Christ.
the
Second
other one that you want me to read was posted 8 days ago. So,
Second one.
all right. Are you okay?
No,
Are you
I'm
having an existential crisis?
I'm here now. Continue your story.
Okay.
Understandable.
I'm just gonna do this. Then your head's like perfectly at the bottom of my frame. It's great.
Awesome.
All right. So this is on r/revenge. I will say that now. Okay. So, I had planned a pregnancy with a guy. We'll call him Jake. Not Jack. Jake. That scared me. Jake abandoned me during my pregnancy once he found out that we were expecting a girl. He immediately went and got 2 other women pregnant and had 2 boys. One of the children's mother, along with Jake's mother, decided they would question the paternity of my child out of spite. I didn't get along with Jake's mother, and Jake had left his other child's mother to be with me. We would argue about it because I only agreed to a paternity test if we did it through court. This went on for 2 years. I finally agreed to do an online DNA test that confirmed that she was in fact his. Given the information, he used weaponized incompetence to neglect my child's needs. So we go without speaking for another 2 years. During this time, I met another man. We'll call him Gary. That is a horrible name to call another man, anyways.
Oh god, out of all the
Gary.
names, Gary?
Gary, who
No.
supported me and my child after her father moved to several states in an attempt to evade child support. I finally gave up looking for him and asked Gary to sign her birth certificate. After careful consideration, he signs. At this point, he's legally her father, so I allow her to call him dad. Jake returns wanting to be a father again. I'm transparent with my daughter, letting her know that she technically has 2 fathers. She decides she only wants to call Gary dad and call Jake JJ. Throughout the years, he always found a reason to leave. Most recently, he left because I asked him to take full custody this past February. He said he'd talk to her when she turns 18 because he worries I'll tell the police he kidnaps my child after giving her to him. I would never do that. Fast forward to yesterday. Jake reaches out to me in a text trying to be in my child's life again. My child has her own phone, so I called him off her phone. I overhear them talking, and she's constantly calling him David. I paid David to assist with transporting my kids to and from daycare last month. Jake doesn't correct her at all, just lets her call him David. I also hear her talking about her dad, Gary, to him, Jake. Jake still doesn't, correct her or anything. Part of me feels bad, but Jake has done some heinous things to me, exclusive of abandoning our child and not contributing financially. His child would know his proper name and title if he actually did what a father is supposed to do. That's it.
I love family drama.
That's just asking for full custody he left?
Yeah.
Man. That's so gross.
Mm-hmm.
And
And after he found out she was having a girl, he left and got 2 other women pregnant just to have 2 boys. Like the fuck?
yeah, that's and his name's Gary.
No,
It's a place
Gary
Jack.
is the Jake.
Oh, Jake. Oh,
Jake.
Never trust a
Yeah,
motherfucker named Jake.
Gary's the one that stepped up in bed and was like,
Oh, okay.
"Yeah, I'll
Okay.
sign the birth
Sorry,
certificate.
I
I'll kick
was
her."
trying to get the story there for a second. So Jake's a tool.
Yes. Yeah. He tried fleeing child support.
He's a tool. Just because he didn't get a boy? Ew. Ew. And also,
Yeah.
why does he want to wait until she's 18? Like for the
He said that he would talk to her when she was 18.
So he just wants
That's not
nothing to
gonna
do
go
with
well.
it.
That's
Fuck
not gonna
no.
go well. The kid's gonna hate him. Like,
The kid already just calls him JJ and not dad, so it won't matter.
exactly.
Also, Lucy,
Fucked up a bot.
I literally, it was fine, and all of a sudden I see
God Lucy has added block term best
viewers on, and then blocked a certain account, and I was like,
Nice. Another one bites the dust.
Lucy on
But no, okay, also the people, are people genuinely this pressed about gender when it comes to like having babies? Is it actually this fucking deep? Because
Oh yeah, it's weird.
I got like, okay, so one of my like IRL best
Lucy.
friends is expecting. And I'm so excited I get to be a fucking aunt, right? And the gender reveal was last week. Yeah, it was last week. And like I guessed boy, she wanted a boy, my dad guessed boy. We were all just like, yeah, you're having a boy. You're gonna be boy mom, right? But not in like the creepy way. It was a girl.
Oh.
She literally, both her and her partner are so fucking ecstatic. Like, it does not matter. Boy, girl, it doesn't matter. If you're gonna be
it's
so
their
pressed,
child.
right? Like,
Yeah.
you're having a life into the world. You're bringing a goblin out for the world. And you're gonna be so pressed about their gender, it doesn't make a difference. Genuinely, the only thing that makes the difference is like the only difference is the talk. One you have to explain boners, the other one you have to explain tampons. Like, that's the only difference.
I mean, there's a bit more. But yeah, I think when parents are expecting, like, they want a certain gender, they don't want to be actual parents. They're not gonna like have like give like because parent love, like mother and father's love is unconditional. It should always be unconditional, no matter what. Yeah, sure, you'll fuck up and they'll be disappointed. They'll probably beat you or whatever, like smack you, spank you, you know, whatever the shindig. Like for like when you're a child,
Shmarky
don't
Links.
look at me like that, all right?
I've never had that happen to me.
Oh, yo, I got my ass whooped.
Oh, oh, you're probably a good kid. I was a fucking demon.
I was the youngest of 4. You think I was a good kid?
Okay, but I think by kid 4, they were too tired.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I was gonna say something, but that's too much lore drop from Shmarky.
I'm the oldest too, so like I was a demon. But like a parent's love is supposed to be unconditional. So like expecting a certain gender and then getting upset with the other, like you'll see so many of those gender reveals, and the dad will be so upset if it's a girl.
Oh my
And
god,
that's
the
very
red flag
common.
guy, because there's been
That's
guys
such
who
a
like,
common-
ooh.
Yeah. No. No. Like all the comments will be like, "Girl, run." And it's like,
Yeah.
that's like bad because it's just so gross. Because to me, this is my entire opinion. This is not like me saying like any factual stuff. I believe they are like fully expecting like the other gender that they don't want to be like go down a bad path. And it's like that doesn't make any sense because you're going to be the one teaching them. You're going to be the one parenting them. So
you're the one who's supposed to like
you're
give them the
one
guidance
that's
to,
supposed
so they
Exactly.
don't.
You make them a good person. You literally build this child of yours to be a good person. You teach them boundaries. You teach them all the other stuff, you know?
Exactly. And
That's how I see it.
it's
Mhm.
weird too, I think, when people get pressed over like gender of babies. Because like I'm the oldest of my younger brother. What the fuck? Chaos! Oh my god. I tuned back in for 2 seconds. We're not having an epiphany again. I'm the oldest. My brother's the youngest. I don't know what the fuck my parents were expecting first, but like, my gender played no part into how I was raised. Because I liked multiple things. I still like Disney princesses, and my mom would be like, look, let's just, dolled up and dressed up. And then my dad would be like, hey, Monster Jam, big truck. And I was like, oh, big truck. Like, it was peak childhood was, yeah, let's go to Monster Jam, but I'm wearing a Cinderella dress going. You can have
Yep.
both, and like, 'cause I think the ideology, especially for like the dad to get so pressed, is they want a boy, so it's like, oh, they can do all the boy things, they can play catch or watch football.
Exactly.
When I was like 3, I shit you not, because I asked my dad, I don't know football, I don't like football, but I watched the games with my dad, and he has very vivid memories of, I would just sit next to him and I would hold on to his thumb. And if he raised his hand, I raised my hand. If he was cheering, I was cheering. And like,
Aw,
that was
that's
it.
so cute.
So you can have that with either one. So I never understood the it's not a boy, it's not a girl. We're pissed. It's still yours. You can't really like undo that. It's genetically
It's your
yours.
genes making one like a half. Like it's you take that dad's half and the mom's half, and you make a child. So it's like I don't understand the whole idea of hating on the child just because of its gender, because you never know, the child could grow up to be a fucking like a famous amazing surgeon, a firefighter, you never know.
Right?
Exactly.
Your child
will
might
say-
end up being a grown adult on VR chat. You'll never know.
I will. So technically, out of my mom and dad,
Damn.
I'm their only child. But if we go from both sides, because they had previous marriages, I have 6 half siblings, but I am not the youngest. My parents dressed me up until about the age of 2, and shit you not, there's an actual picture. My grandparents were taking me to the park, and I said, ooh, red dirt. It was baseball field dirt. I ate it. And every time I bring it up, my grandparents or like someone in my family is just like, yeah, that's when your mom knew you weren't gonna wear princess dresses for the rest of your life. And I was like, well, good thing, because I used to rip the heads off of my Barbies.
Oh.
Same.
Oh. I don't think I did that.
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. It was just more of like, I would try to brush the hair, but I would do it too hard. But every time my mom caught me with a Barbie doll and the head was off was after I tried putting it back on.
Oh God.
Oh,
See,
so I did them on purpose.
Oh,
My
no.
thing. So yours was on accident. My mom, cause I liked Barbie until I was maybe 3, and then I was getting kind of tired of it. I wanted something
You
different.
can only last with too much Barbie.
I was tired of it. I think the main reason I remember, like vividly, I didn't like how it didn't look like me. I didn't like how I would always get a
See,
blue
but that's where, like,
bitch.
The American Girl dolls, that's where that came in. But like at the same time,
They're so expensive, dude.
they are.
Oh, they're so cute though. I had one. But then I destroyed it. 'Cause they can't find it. So then my American Girl doll, they expected me to take care of it? No.
bro.
But I would like rip the heads off of my Barbie dolls. The only one I didn't, because I still have it in my attic, is it's a Christmas Barbie, and she has like a pretty red dress. I think it's still in the package. Like My I think either my mom or my dad at like the time put it back in the package, and it's collecting dust now.
Hell
Give it
yeah.
20
Hopefully it's worth
give
money.
It 20 years. Give it 20 years. You can sell it.
It's the 26 one, or no, 2005 one.
Give it another 20 years. You can sell it.
Ugh. It was like it was something that my nana thrifted. Like she got it and she's like happy birthday or whatever. And then it was like always sitting up on my shelf.
Let it
Yeah.
be known that both of you have scared
Okay.
Silver.
Good.
Good.
Dude, I'm trying to remember. So I don't remember a lot of Barbie dolls. I do remember Monster High dolls and Bratz dolls. And Polly
Yeah.
Pockets.
Bratz dolls look weird. I don't like them.
I liked their shoes
Ew.
because they were easier to put on. Vividly
Oh,
remember the ease of the
100%.
shoes. And what I would do is because like growing up it was just me and my brother for the most part, but because we had like such similar interests for certain things, so it's like I loved Legos, but I loved Ninjago specifically. So I'd have Bratz dolls and I have a Ninjago dragon, and then I'd go to my brother's room and I'd be like, "We're gonna play," and he'd be like, "All right, cool, right?" He would have like his monster trucks or his Hot Wheels with his Legos, and I would have a Bratz doll come in on a
Hot
Lego
Wheels,
dragon.
dude.
And I'd be like, "Rah!" You know, she fucks your shit. And then we would end up in a fist fight by the end of it because, you know, one of us got mad with the Legos not surviving because kids are assholes too. So when you don't do something the other kid likes, we're going to fight. And we would fight a lot. And then we would also make like a bed of, I don't know why we did this. He had a big tub of Legos because I was the person that would build it and then it would never come apart. It would go on a shelf and I would keep it the way it is. He would build it, then take it apart, and then create new things. So we just had a tub of Legos. We were fucking weird. We would use that to, like, walk on. And be like, look, we can walk on Legos and it doesn't hurt. I don't know why. But that was, like, our bed of needles thing. To be like, guys, look, we can walk on Legos and it doesn't
Walking on
hurt.
hot coal.
Yeah.
Walking on hot coal. Yeah. That reminds me. I way back when I was just like about to start middle school for 3 to 4-ish years, me, my dad, and my brother had lost our original house due to family issues and a family tragedy, and it just wasn't good for us. We had to live with my dad's one of my dad's like old high school buddies, like at his barn. But not at like the nice little area, because it was like a really nice like looking barn-ish apartment. We got the bottom half where the roaches were.
Oh.
Hence my phobia of roaches was born. But I remember every day, sometimes we were dumb, we wouldn't wear shoes. It wasn't pavement, it was sharp fucking rocks, and we would stomp on them bitches. So now, because I've stomped on all those rocks, I have calluses on my feet, and I can step on rocks and I'll be fine.
I could do the same shit.
Hardcore.
I was the kid who
Hardcore
would go
souls.
outside barefoot, and then my mom would scream at me for not wearing shoes. And I would just, I was so stubborn, and I didn't want to tie laces that I was like, no, I'm staying barefoot.
Exactly, dude. It took me. I didn't like learn how to tie my shoes until like freshman year. I'd be so dead.
But you get the Velcro ones.
I didn't like Velcro. I didn't feel good on my feet.
Bro, I
And
am
never had
25,
on
and I
your feet.
still look at Velcro
I
shoes
didn't-
like
I
that's
didn't like
fucking
'em.
tempting.
I didn't like the sound of the Velcro. Also, just made me like my skin crawl. I don't like that. That's why I don't like taking my like straps off. I just like I slip them on.
Just slip 'em on. That
I
is
slip
that's
'em on. I don't
valid.
like them.
I slip my shins on too. It's just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like tying them.
I need to get new ones. They're starting to like rip.
Oh, dude, the Velcro on mine is like coming undone. But I'm fucked. I have I'm built like a pencil. I'm literally a little walking 2x4.
2x4.
So to wear ankle straps, I have to constantly have sweatpants on, wear long socks that at least go to the knee, and then like like, so the pajama pants I'm in right now flare out. I have it wrapped around at my ankle.
Oh, I don't wear them on my ankle.
Because it's the only way that they're big enough to fit. And even then, they rotate if I wiggle too much.
Have you tried Tundra Lab?
No.
I don't put them on my
recommend
ankle.
them.
I put them on my actual like feet, like right here.
See,
Yeah,
for
right.
dancing and hoop, they can't be on
Mine
my
are on my
feet.
feet.
Mm-hmm.
Go around my foot and behind my ankle.
Oh. Yeah, it just sits on the
Guess you
side of
could
my
say
ankle.
your
But
shit's
that's because, like,
strapped.
to go up onto the hoop and hang upside down, the top of my foot is what keeps my balance.
Right.
So I can't have it
Mhm.
there.
Oh yeah, but that's 100% understandable though, because like seen a lot of dancers like they do not have them on. They have them on their ankles rather than like their like feet. Because I also have like the buckle like right on the side, and like stomping on that shit would hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So I like completely get that.
But,
I just wore shoes when I danced.
really? I have socks
Yeah.
on. I like being able to
Yeah.
slide.
Back in the day, whenever I used to dance, I would wear shoes and they would be tied on the top of them.
You know, that's fair. A lot of people do that. But I guess that does vary, too, from, like, male to female dancing, depending on what you're doing.
I did female dancing.
I'm not that surprised either.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means there is no
Lord.
way in my brain, knowing you and your personality, there is no way in my head I can see you come up to anyone in a male avatar and be like, yeah. You gotta have a little Shakira to
I've
it.
done both.
No straight man would make such sexy models like you, bodacious babe.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Don't frown on me.
Look, if
Gonna
it makes
say
you
another thing,
feel,
but that's another lore drop I can't talk about.
if it makes you feel any better,
No.
my fiance used to dance in female avies and also didn't talk during the events. Everybody was just like, oh yeah, you know, Pum's gay. That's a woman. And he used it to his advantage. We have one friend that he about traumatized, danced and looked at me of like, hey, your wife's, you know, a really good dancer. He unmuted. He has a very deep voice. And so you just hear
I've heard him before.
nice, thick female Abby, and you just hear, hi, my name is Rosie. I watched so many emotions happen.
Yeah. That's great, dude.
It's like my peak
Oh, man.
moment. But we do have a third story for tonight.
Let's go.
And this also comes from Best of Redditor updates. I could not find where it was. Oh, it was originally posted on True Off My Chest. This one's kind of new. It comes from April 26th of this year. So it's a throwaway for obvious reasons, and it's titled, My 15-year-old Idiot Kid Got His Girlfriend Pregnant on Purpose.
I'm on the mother's side. I'm on the mother's side. So, before we get into that story, I have also another story that's almost exactly like that, though he didn't do it on purpose. So,
Oh no.
fun little lore drop on me. I basically raised my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, he has a girlfriend. She's very lovely. They're very cute. They've been dating for about a year. Their second year is gonna be November. So they've been doing pretty good. So like 2 months into their relationship, this is like way back. I get a text message from my brother. I was like, "Hey, I think I got Morgan pregnant." It's like, what?
Huh?
They're both 16.
Ah!
So it's like, And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "It broke." And it's like, "How many did you put on?" Because I had to teach him because my dad was not there, and it really sucks saying this because it feels so gross talking about it. But I had to teach him the necessities to prepare for this shit. And I told him, "Wait until you're an adult." He didn't listen because he's a fucking teenager. He's great. And he goes to tell me, oh, one. And it's like, okay, there's your first mistake. All right. And then shit happens. We go to get her checked with her mother that I know. She's very sweet. She's very mad at her daughter though. She wasn't, thank God.
Huh.
But yeah. That was a little jump scare for me. So that gave me a little bit of a heart attack hearing that story. I'm on the mother's side.
Dude, I just
On
gotta say,
purpose?
so as a lore drop
Ew.
for me,
Mhm.
sex was out of the question. Like all of my life growing up. And not due to like my parents. They made sure of like safety, consent, certain like aspects. One, I was a little gay baby growing up. Okay, I was a gold star lesbian before this man. He broke my streak, thank you. But it never appealed to me. So I've hearing stories of like 15, 16, 17 like having sex and I'm like, that's so weird. Because like you're babies. And you know what I did at that age? Pokemon on the Nintendo was out and I was invested on getting
The
Arceus.
3DS and shit, dude.
Yeah. 3DS with the fucking it was literally from Nerf. It was a case custom from Nerf. So it could take drops and it was
Nerf
foam. And so I would have fun like pressing the foam. The styluses were fun because you would have the one stylus you use and the one stylus you chew on because trust me, everybody had one they chewed on. I'm
And
not
the one stylus
crazy.
you loved but lost.
Yup.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then they just mess with the 3D thing all day going, look, 3D, not 3D, 3D, not 3D, 3D, not 3D. Wow, the future.
What about the dinosaur story on it? The
Oh my
dinosaur
God.
office?
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. And so like it never appealed to me and I genuinely like and even if people approached me with that interest, I was kind of like, no, I'm good. No, thank you. Like I just didn't give a fuck until I was an adult and then, you know, tried it and was like, oh, that's not bad. But like I was grown. So like it's weird to see that like I know high schoolers obviously do it, but it's just I don't get it. Where do you
Feels
find the
weird.
time? It does. I never had the time. Call of Duty Ghost was on Xbox at that time. Pokemon Pearl and Diamond was my shit. I was invested. I did not have time. Like, but yeah, this 15-year-old knocked up his girlfriend. Anyway, I, 30 female, have a child who is 15 male. We'll call him Ollie, plus a few other children aged 2, 6, 9, and 11. 2, 6, 9, girl, wanna drink wine. It's a lot of kids.
Mhm.
A lot of kids.
Yeah.
As you can tell by my
Wait.
age, I was a teen parent. I was lucky enough. Oh yeah, so if she's 13, or if she, whoa,
She was
if she's 30,
Child.
she's 30. Yeah, she was 15 when she had her kid.
Ooh, damn.
So I was lucky. We married at 18. We're still married, healthy relationship, worked our way out of a very dire situation, graduated, started a trade, etc. We are in a comfortable state and stable in all ways. This information is relevant. Ollie has been with this girl, we'll call her Bree, since he was 7 years old. Their family used to live in the same city as us and went to the same school, same friendship group, same everything. We know her parents and are long-distance friends ourselves. Not close, but say hello when the kids are on video chat. Had drinks together before. Bree's family moved away to a very small town 3 states away due to rental affordability. No secret. We have all talked about the rising cost of everyday life. The cost of living in the city has risen, forcing many locals out. They moved because of that for a better job opportunity 18 months ago. Since then, Ollie has been begging for us to follow, giving us sales pitches on cheaper housing, better paying jobs, none of which fit our professions, the whole works. We have said no because, well, no. But even if we wanted to, our other children are in school, sports, have friends, selling and buying another house, finding work outside of our skill set, or even having to learn new skills. Any normal adult would understand this. He does not. So fast forward to Christmas. Bree's family came back to our city for the holidays. The kids met up multiple times with each other, and it was my understanding that they were always with the other kids, but obviously not since... Oh, God. My understanding is that they were always with the other kids, but obviously not since Bree is pregnant, and I'm certain it was on purpose. He has access to condoms. I don't care for opinions on that. My access was restricted, and I had him. He has had sex ed from me, my husband, and school. He knows damn well how babies are made and how to not have one. Ollie now wants me to move to be with her and the baby. It's confirmed. I've talked to the parents, and I said no. And I don't feel like I need a reason, but he asked. So I said, you're 15. We don't have any proof that it's your kid yet. I'm not moving us away from our lives, and you aren't going alone until you're 18. We can do a DNA test. We can look into parenting plans, and topped it off with the, too bad, so sad, you made your bed, and now you have to sleep in it. He took that back to Bree, and now all communication between me, her, and her parents has been cut. I'm a terrible person. My comments about the DNA test are disgusting, and it's fueling my son's hate for me. He says I'm keeping him from the love of his life and future baby by using my own successful relationship as proof that it will work out. I don't actually even know if I am right or not. I'm just really upset, and I feel like my life I worked really hard for has been destroyed. That is the first one.
Oh my god.
Knocked up his girlfriend
Mother
just so
is
the
right.
parents would move.
Mother's right. The kid is dumb. Because you may want... All these kids are getting, like doing all these activities. I get it. I get it. Like, you're in a relationship, and especially that long, you're gonna want to do shit. So, I get it. To some sort of, like,
Degree?
but putting your whole like family into that situation all for this girl is really gross. So it's just I really hope he didn't get his way and he had to wait until he was 18, honestly, because that's just like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like shocked at the fact that someone would do that, if I'm being honest. Like, ooh,
At
on
15?
purpose too? Like, did the girl consent? Hello?
When I started working at McDonald's.
We're back
Yep.
to
They were
McDonald's.
worried about babies. I was worried about fucking if the fries were actually cooked right.
I'm not gonna speak on what I did when I was 15.
I was a virgin until I was 20.
I was 17.
Priorities.
so-
I waited until I was like 18.
The only person I fucked is the only person I'm with. And he's stuck with me.
He signed that contract and you burned it.
did.
That means it's legitimate.
didn't. He didn't.
So the first
I imagine he
update,
burned it.
the first update comes from May 30th. There were a couple of edits within the first update just for like question asking. She's due September around the 22nd. So this is also this year, by the way. She's due this September around the
2 days before
22nd.
my birthday.
There is no option for, Control-Alt-deleting it. I don't think adoption was ever an option either. Ollie admitted that it was on purpose last night. Apparently, it was actually Bree's idea first as a joke that turned into a plan. Bree's parents will only pass messages through my son, and I have heard this for myself. I stood outside the door and listened to them tell him, "Tell your mother, insert below," because I know I will just go off on her about that bullshit still. They are still talking shit about me with my kid. They are appalled that I would think that way of Bree when I have known her for more than half her life and do not wish to talk to me. I will not allow him to move out there alone. There are some past issues, Christ, such as Bree breaking up with him twice in the last 18 months because she found someone that she liked more in her new town around August and October last year, same boy, and when it ended, she came back to Ollie. Bree is a nice girl, but her behavior is toxic and has been since she was a child. Her mother and stepfather are nice, but the relationship is unstable. The house is chaos, 9 children combined, blended family with 2 to 3 teens with serious mental health struggles. He would be leaving stability for chaos and no structure. I want a DNA test. I will not budge on that. I am close to cutting off his connection totally at this point because they are only empowering him and reinforcing his behavior towards me and his father. His father is a man of few words, which is unhelpful. So far, he's backed everything I have said and only really chosen to say, you have the intelligence of a pear to his son. So with the update, things have gone south even further. I tabbed out. Hello. At this point, husband and I have been blocked on all social media and numbers blocked, but the communication with Ollie has continued. Ollie gave us Bree's parents' email address to send an email to, but before using that, I asked him to video chat Bree with me then and there so I can ask Bree to please get her parents so I can talk to them about this and tell them that if this was going to continue and they refuse, that I would be blocking all contact to Ollie and the communication until this has been resolved. I told Ollie this before the call. At first, he flipped out, but it was this or I cut communication completely. I do think he understood that it's not okay that her parents are speaking to me through minors, and he said himself that he would like for us to talk to each other. Bree joined the call and hung up when she saw that I was there too. Ollie called back a few times and she didn't answer. She asked via text why I wanted to talk to her, and Ollie told her that I wanted to speak to her mother and that if we don't resolve the communication problem, that all contact would be ended until her parents made contact with us and we would make the next plan for the few months, including DNA and birth arrangements. Said that if the baby is his, that we will travel there for the birth and for the first few weeks after. He told her that I personally think that it is probably his baby, but I want to be sure and make sure that everything is done right from the start. Well, Bree blocked him with a reply, and he is totally heartbroken, not eating, sitting in his room all day, not mad at me, surprisingly. Very, very sorry for him and to us and sad about all of it. I think regretful. He even asked me if there was a way to undo it for himself. I haven't talked about signing over rights. His father calls it male. Am I allowed to say this word? Male abortion is what his father is calling it to make a joke, but he's a little upset right now. A mutual friend of Bree and Ollie's here in our hometown showed him a few posts that she has made in the last 24 hours. Things like, "It's you and me against the world, baby girl," and memes about deadbeat dads. She has also announced the pregnancy, which she hadn't done yet, and the post that some single mother facts and quotes. Ollie's friends knew about the situation, and a few were under the impression that he had dumped her and the baby, going by the posts. And when he explained what had happened, they all rallied. Christ. They all rallied for him in the comments. I said not to. And now she's blocked them and we can't see what has been posted. This is just a nightmare. I have had a plan personally, not set, but something I wanted to talk to her parents about, but I don't even want to waste my time at this point. Ollie gave us Bree's parents' email address to send them an email with said plan. Basically, if Bree does a DNA blood test, which we will pay the full $1,500 for, if it's his baby, we'll book the flights and plan to be there for the first month. I'll stay there with Ollie, maybe even the whole family, and we can also work on a parenting plan and getting into a mediation for the judge to sign off on it. Ollie's father and I split for the first 7 months of his life, so we have done this before and I know the process. But at this point, I think I will just leave it to settle before sending an email. There is a third update.
Oh, good God.
But, I already take issue with the fact that the parents are so upset with his parents. How are you going to go to a 15-year-old and be like, yeah, your mom sucks. Your dad's, he's rude. Your mom's a bitch. Like, that's weird.
It's the fact that they're using the mother's child to be the messenger too. That honestly seems like manipulation.
It's huge manipulation.
Honestly.
Like, you're the grown-up.
Yeah.
If you have an issue that 2 minors are currently pregante, like, you need to talk to the parents, not go to the kid and be like, hey,
Yeah.
you're the dad and your mom sucks. That's so weird. Do you guys want me to jump straight into the third update?
Yeah.
All right, it gets juicier. I don't even think I read this far. This update comes June 3rd, a day before my birthday. So someone suggested I repost the update, blah, blah, blah. Ollie's friend was able to see her Instagram through an old account. They found the pregnancy announcement post, and if you scroll, it showed a digital copy of the scan that Bree sent us as a 16-week scan. Apparently, the first scan she had at the OB. This is dated 4/4 and clearly says GA 19 plus 3 weeks, making an August due date, I believe, or very early September. This would not line up with the due date given to us,
Oh my god, so they
but does
lied.
line up to when her parents told me she was pregnant mid-April. They told us we have a pregnancy confirmed and sent the photo of a printed pic, which the date isn't on there. I actually think it may have been cut off the top. I haven't told Ollie this yet because I want to be sure, and I'm very concerned about his mental health at the moment and taking that into consideration. But unless she gave the wrong period dates and the baby measured only 16 weeks, then it's not possible for it to be our son's. Also added information, her due date from what we know is September 22nd. She was here from December 20th to January 7th and saw Ollie on the 21st and 22nd and January 4th and 5th. Never overnight. I asked Ollie, when did this happen? He said January 4th, and it was the only time, which makes more sense as they were in a public gathering otherwise. They were at a mutual friend's birthday party that night, but never stayed overnight. I have 5 kids, and I know the dates are too close to figure it out. That's why. Ollie also said that the joke Bree made was just to see if it happens, the pregnancy, because then it's obviously meant to be, and he would be able to move. To me, it sounds like she had a plan a lot longer, but I may be biased here. And unfortunately, that's it. There's
So
nothing else.
so Bree basically cheated on him, or was it a lie? Oh, okay, cheated on him.
Thought.
That
They don't know yet.
they think like they're almost like 80% sure, or like 100% sure.
Yeah, the dates are not lining up.
Ooh, because remember how she went back to some dudes around August and October.
Mhm.
What's in the middle of those months?
September.
See, that's a
Yeah,
whole
'cause
can of worms.
she's already like what was it, 16 weeks in April?
Jesus Christ.
Is that what it was? If she's already 16 weeks in April.
I'm scouring her
I
profile
think-
right now. I'm trying to find if there's anything more.
Understandable.
Because like, so say if she got pregnant with the dude that she left Ollie for, right? Between the months of August to October. That means what? There's 4, so no, because depending if it was in October, what, November, December, January, that's already 1, 2.
So the only thing that I
There's
have
12
that I can
weeks.
find is her parents did confirm that she was pregnant. She's not showing, and she sent an ultrasound photo, but it's a photo of a photo. And it's clearly been cut from the
that's
top.
It's not real then. Because if she's not showing past 16 weeks, then something's wrong, or she's just way too skinny.
I don't know how babies work.
Because 16 weeks is 4 months. 4 months is when you start showing, or it's like 3.5, depending.
So that, yeah, you would have like a feasible little baby bump.
I
But-
realize that, babe. But
The only reference I have, and so my family's all built like 2x4s, that's just how the bloodline runs. My cousin, she's on baby three or four. I don't know. They all
Yeah.
want big families. I'm the only one in the family who doesn't want any. Everyone else is like, let's build a softball team. I'm not. I'm good. I have a dog. She never showed. So, and again, like based on build, I don't know how Bree's build is, but I would think a 15-year-old would show. Because like you're also
Pretty
still
easily.
a baby yourself. You can only hide so much.
Yeah. I'm honestly baffled at the unconditional love that mother has for her son. Cause after all of that, I would have no, he would have stayed with them. Nope. You made your choice. It's insane. And the fact that not only is she like let him back in the house and is being supported with him, like taking care of him over again. She's like keeping him from knowing stuff for his mental like because of his mental state. It's like damn.
If she did push him away and just like kicked him out, she would have been hypocritical.
Yeah.
She
That's
would have been, but like
insane, though.
also
I'm a
patience
hypocritical
of a
bitch.
fucking god. I don't think that's part of
Yeah.
why I can't have kids. I don't think I could do this. If you come up to me and you go, "Teehee, I got somebody pregnant on purpose, and now we have to move." Oh, I'm signing the rights away. You're not mine no more. You can figure it out, buddy.
Yeah.
Because also, like, for them being
Insane.
minors, they can get jobs, but depending on the laws of their state, they can only work so many hours, and so it still does heavily depend on their parents to raise this baby until they're grown. Also, I
Which
think too
is,
many
like,
kids watched the
too long.
Parent Trap movie and took it too seriously. Y'all can't be trapping people like this. This does not work.
No, trapping people's very cringe. Like, imagine having no like form of bitches that you have to trap someone.
Oh, and it's like
It's
you're
insane.
so young too. I understand that you guys like grew up together and whatnot. You know, you've known each other since you were 7. You think it's the love of your life. You're babies. You don't respectfully. You don't know what the fuck love is. You are 15. You don't know what that shit is yet. You know what love is when you got a job, you got taxes, you got bills, and then you want to bring another person into it. That's love.
Yeah. Mature love, especially like genuine, is when you're an adult. Because high school, I never got like the whole high school sweethearts like personally. I think I just never like all like high school sweethearts I came across were always very toxic towards each other. It's like yeah, like the cheerleader and the jock. Well, hello, yeah,
Do you want a lore drop?
yes, of course.
My ex was my high school sweetheart, and that is the most toxic relationship I think I've ever put myself into. And
I rest my case.
it was clouded strictly by the fact that we were high school sweethearts. That was it. There was nothing good otherwise, but it was, oh, but you guys like graduated high school together and you stuck around, so like obviously you love each other. And it's like, no, not really. We kind of like hate each other a lot. But there's such a weird like cloud over dating in high school and like leaving, and you're still, because no, again, you're babies. You're not even fully mentally developed yet. You're gonna change so dramatically, and up until you're an adult, up until you're in your 20s, that it's like that's not gonna be the same person next year. I promise you. Y'all are babies.
Yeah,
There
you're
is
20
so
year old,
much
yeah.
room for love. Like,
Some people's brains don't stop developing until they're 23 to 25.
oh, mine's fully developed. I'm fucked.
I'm pretty sure mine's.
I still got 2 years,
You got
guys. I got a few years,
gonna get
guys.
Pull a bit more on my IQ, you think?
For my brain to fully develop,
Gotta
man.
figure out how much IQ you have, dude.
How many IQ do you
My fiance said he doesn't. My fiance said he doesn't think my brain's gonna develop any longer.
I love the one thing. I love the you're so pretty.
That's
pretty.
Mason says that to me. Mason says that all the time.
You know what the saying is?
No, it's a good thing you're pretty.
No, oh, you're pretty. It's because you can't be smart and pretty at the same time.
You know what? I don't get those comments. You know what I get now? My fiance is a few months older than me, as reference. The second I turned 25, we were in the car and he went, "You're my old lady now." And I said, "Stop, don't call me that. That's so rude." And he went, "No, you're my old lady now." And I'm like, "I'm not. Like, you're older than me. You can't do this."
That reminds me of the fucking Family Guy episode where like Peter Griffin, like Peter is a bit younger than Lois, like by like a couple months or so. And then he just like starts calling her a preschool prowler, or I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word cuz
Preschool prowler.
you know, love diaper sniper, you know.
To be fair, that's what Wonder calls himself sometimes.
Oh my God.
Lectured by a pervert. I love that clip. It's great.
Dude,
Seth MacFarlane.
I just hope that like the kid, I hope the baby's not his. Respectfully, go live your life. Go be 15. Go get Pokemon cards. Find a hobby. Baby making is not a hobby.
It's gonna be hard to get Pokemon cards these days. Scalpers suck.
Dude, it's so fucking
Yeah.
hard. Now they're expensive. I miss when they were like
I-
cheap.
I will say, so with the preschool crawler comment that you were making, right? Mason and I, or Wonder, we have a 5-year difference. I'm 21.
bad.
He turns 26 next month.
It's not that bad, dude. It's
No.
not.
J Buns redeem it.
So I'm gonna say this. It's not the age gap. It's the maternity gap. You both are like in the same age like group, in my opinion.
Well,
You guys
yeah.
are both like above the age of 21, and it's whatever. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, like 5-year difference isn't that bad." And it's like it depends on the maternity.
Yeah,
where you are,
it
'cause-
depends.
Yeah, because there's like people, what is it, like, like 12 and 16. Nope. No. That's not okay.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, it's only like this many years. And it's like, no, it's the maternity
18
gap.
and
That's,
26.
Ooh. No.
To be fair, babe, we started dating when we were 19 and 23. Yeah, 19 and 23. That's me and the silly.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Eh.
No?
I'm not saying like the age gap is
Just me.
Wait,
what?
They're the same age as me.
I am? Wait, no.
No.
They are the same age as me.
Their partner is the same age as them.
23? Oh, ow.
To be fair, I think all of us lost a few brain cells right there.
Shmarky's lost it.
Every day I wake up.
But like I'm not saying like the age gap is bad, but there has been multiple occasions where Wonder is just like,
You know what? I kind of feel this way just because of the age gap. I'm like, you're not. I promise.
but it's kind of funny.
Yo, I got lucky. I feel like this. Listen, I'm gonna be a little cringy right now. So take this with what you
okay.
will. Please don't make fun of me too hard. I'll cry. Soulmates,
Tell us
right?
that you crying.
Our birthdays are the exact same. It's just a different month. Same year, same day, different month. That's the only difference.
So you're June.
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
He's February.
He's February.
Mhm.
What day?
The 4th.
My brother's birthday is the 3rd of February.
Huh.
See, what's great about this, my best friend from high school is June 3rd, 2000, so she will hold it over me that she's a day older than me. My mother-in-law is June 5th, right? So I feel like this was just meant to be in the weirdest of ways possible. Also, the person that you're talking with has the same birthday as me. And listen, there can only be one of
Yeah,
us.
I'm biased, so I'm sorry, man. I'm a little biased here.
But boobs.
Joke's on you. My birthday was the day that Area 51 got raided.
Joke's on you, I lived 6 hours away from Area 51, and that shit was really funny.
My friends were like, I should fly you out for that. I'm like, that'd be amazing. Please.
We were watching it live on the news. It was the greatest
so
thing.
Cool. I don't know what happened on my birthday. I'm August 27th, 2005. So it's
You were
coming.
born.
See, what's really traumatizing is take that day and go about 9 months back and figure out what holiday or special occasion happened between your parents. I can hear the lung capacity leaving.
I was born in September, so I was probably a New Year's bang.
See, so I did this to my parents one time because they always told me, like, you were
Was that
planned, we
November?
expected you,
No,
you know,
it's-
we planned it. 9 months from June is September.
9.
So what happens in September? My dad's birthday. So I was like, I was a birthday gift.
I was a Christmas gift.
I was a Maybang,
Thanks.
so I don't.
Spring cleaning.
Another May baby. I know so many.
I'm a May. Well, no, I was a Maybang. I'm a February
May
baby.
bang. Yeah, babe.
I was so my birthday's February 8th. So you like before I met them, I usually just celebrated my birthday like with 2 other friends because their birthdays were the week after. But now I celebrate it with her fiance because he said one time, you know what? Fuck you. Guess what? You're stuck. You're my little sister now. Fuck you. I'm gonna hold you by your collar and dangle you in the air. I don't deserve it. Why would you say that?
I don't know, we made you cry on your last birthday.
Drunk.
Yeah, well, we made you cry and then we got you drunk.
I don't know what's gonna happen on my birthday. All I know is that I'm gonna be a whole year of no getting drunk. So that's a cool milestone.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yay! I don't know if I'm gonna get drunk though. At all. I'm be real with you. After like taking so much like time from it, it feels nice getting tipsy, but that's it. Cause getting drunk, just like the stomach aches you get, no. But also your headache after.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
a
it's just
huge,
not
like,
fun.
ooh,
I think when you're younger,
no.
You
like,
say you'd be a year off of being drunk.
I haven't been drunk in a while, dude.
I don't know, man. I think it loses its interest once you actually, like,
wine, but I don't
hit
know.
21.
I used to be like daily, so
It just loses its value after a while, because, like, I think the first time you do it to learn your limit and to say you did it.
alcohol tastes gross.
It does.
It's gross.
You're mixing it wrong.
But, like, it's just,
I
it's
don't
not
like it.
fun.
I have
to
it
get
so
drunk.
Like, no, it's not fun to get drunk.
No,
Some people
like,
get drunk to have fun and whatever. And it's like I just think they're just boring people when they're sober, personally. But
Yeah,
that's
because
just
it's
me.
like, for me,
Ugh.
getting tipsy is enough because I'm enough to just relax and, like, not get stressed out over things. So I'll get, like, social anxiety. So liquid courage is very real, very nice sometimes. Or, like, I love karaoke. I will only do it if we're drinking. I love singing. Give me a shot. Because if I get up there while I'm sober, it's going to be like, and I'm going to swing from the
Yeah.
chandelier. So give me some liquor and I will belt. But like
Yeah.
the drunk is no longer fun because then you don't remember shit, the headache, the nausea, like all of it's not fun.
No, this big on that nausea. I cannot recall a time when I got like actually like drunk and did karaoke, because I feel like I would have probably passed out, like just because that's happened before. Not like at a karaoke, but that's like happened before. One time back in Scotland, me and my nan went to a pub, and she gave me just like 4 rows of scotch by itself, nothing.
Oof.
And by like the 4th one, I kind of she explained this to me in vivid like detail because it was like one of her favorite moments of mine. Like that's one. Yeah. I looked at her, my eyes went like cross-eyed, and I fucking plopped onto the floor. It was great.
Oh,
She had to
God.
she had to pick me up and take me home.
The drunkest I got was a cop car ride home, and I'm never doing it again. It was a courtesy ride. I wasn't like under arrest. I was just completely wasted.
Mm.
I learned what
That's
alcohol
fair.
poisoning feels like.
It's not fun.
No. Cop cars are also not comfy. I remember blips of that night, and it was like security, blip, golf cart ride, blip, med tent, blip, cop. My flannel is gone now. Don't know where that went. Get in the back of the cop car, blink. I was home, and I was at like the bottom of the cop car. Like I was no longer in the seat. I was on the floor, curled up in a ball with my head on the seat. And then I just went to bed.
Based. Yeah.
But we have one final story for tonight, and that would be Squishums.
Aye.
Okay.
So here is the other one. I will say, as per usual, I like to read out the trigger warnings just in case. Because you don't know. So it has emotional abuse and manipulation, gaslighting, emotional distress, and paternity doubt.
Ignore me.
That's
I
the
have to
trigger
manually
warnings.
touch my computer for a minute because it's not acting right.
Damn.
I know the Spider-Man pajamas are neat.
The Spider-Man.
Nah, you're recoil.
You wild.
Whoa.
Oh, my monitor's frozen. We'll cope with that when we get there.
The friends we made along the way.
Okay. So, I 28. So OP's 28 female. Gave birth to my first child, a beautiful baby girl, 3 weeks ago. My husband, 30 male, and I have been over the moon, but his mother has been causing nonstop drama. Never liked me. From the start, she made snide comments on how I trapped her son, even though we've been happily married for 4 years. When I got pregnant, she constantly joked about how the baby might not be his. I brushed it off as her usual passive-aggressive behavior until I found out she took it way further. 2 days after I had my baby, my husband got a text from his mom saying, "You should get a DNA test. You never know these days." I was devastated when I saw it. My husband was furious and told her off, saying he had zero doubts about me and that her comment was disgusting. She tried to backtrack, saying that she was just looking out for him. Now she wants to come over and meet the baby. I told my husband that she will not be holding our daughter. If she wants to question whether my child is even her grandchild, then she doesn't get the privilege of bonding with her. My husband understands that I'm upset, but he thinks we should let her come just once so she doesn't play the victim with the rest of the family. Now she's crying to everyone, saying I'm keeping her granddaughter from her and that I'm punishing her over a harmless question. Some family members think I'm being dramatic and should be the bigger person. But why should I let someone who disrespects me and my child hold her like nothing happened? That is the first part. There is more.
Oh, God.
This one is the next day, so March 16th of this year. Oh, hi, Kat. Hello. Okay. Well, I wish I could say things got better, but my mother-in-law made sure that didn't have to happen. After my husband told her off, I thought she'd at least try to apologize, but instead she doubled down. She started calling my husband, telling him I was turning him against his own mother, and I was overreacting to a simple question. She even pulled the classic victim act, crying to the rest of the family about how I was keeping her grandbaby from her. Then things took a ridiculous turn. I found out my sister-in-law, or from my sister-in-law, that my mother-in-law is actually trying to get a DNA test done behind our backs. Apparently, she was hoping that to get a strand of my baby's hair or some spit to confirm the truth. When my sister-in-law told me, I was absolutely done. I told my husband that until she apologizes, not a fake "I'm sorry you're mad" apology, but a real one, she is not welcome around me or my daughter. Thankfully, my husband backs me 100%. He told his mother that if she can't respect his wife and child, she doesn't deserve to be part of our lives. Mother-in-law lost it. She went full drama mode, telling everyone I was tearing the family apart and that she might never recover from this heartbreak. At this point, I don't even care. She disrespected me, she disrespected my marriage, and disrespected my child. Actions have consequences. So my mother-in-law still hasn't met the baby, and unless she does some serious apologizing and self-reflection, she won't anytime soon. Thank you for your input, baby. He said, "Fuck that bitch."
Yeah.
Reach.
That's valid.
Fucking boy moms, dude.
It's the boy moms tearing the family apart. Like, okay.
Boy moms are so fucking weird.
So, fiance's
Like,
mom,
most
right,
of the
had
time.
nothing but boys. She absolutely loves the fuck out of me. She's just like, he does some
Your mom's
stupid
like
shit,
the,
call
like,
me.
1.9%. Because most of every time I hear a mother-in-law, it's always for the husband. It's always the boy mom. And it's like, dude, you can't. You see those POVs on TikTok and Instagram reel,
Mhm.
POV, my mother-in-law is in love with my husband.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it.
The
Okay,
boy mom
ready
shit
for
is creepy as fuck.
It is. It's disgusting. Ready for the final update?
Oh god.
Yes.
5 days later,
Mm-hmm.
March 21st.
Ooh.
Again, I wish I could say things got better, but no. My mother-in-law is somehow managed to make things worse. After I refused to let her hold my baby, she went full-blown smear campaign against me. She told extended family that I was controlling and keeping her granddaughter out of spite. She conveniently left out the part where she accused me of cheating and demanded a DNA test. The worst part, my husband is starting to waver. He still thinks what she said was disgusting, but now that some relatives are siding with her, saying I'm being too harsh, he's wondering if we should just let her see the baby once and move on. I told him point blank, she questioned our child's paternity, she disrespected me, and by extension, you and our daughter. If we let this slide, what's next? Now he's torn. I can tell he wants to back me up, but he also doesn't want to be the bad guy in his family's eyes. I don't care about being the villain in my mother-in-law's story. I do care about my husband having my back. So now I'm wondering, am I fighting a losing battle here? Is this the hill that I should die on? Because right now it feels like my mother-in-law is winning by playing the victim. I'm the only one being treated like the unreasonable one. And that is it.
Hypothetically, what if someone accidentally hit the mother-in-law with
No.
that and she became paralyzed?
That would be quite the predicament, but I think that
It would be such a
hypothetical,
shame, you know?
it would be such a shame, such a big scandal. But then again, that doesn't sound like too bad of a hypothetical theory. I may or may not. I'm kidding, I don't. But if I did, I may or may not have a bat.
I feel like so they make a Minecraft world. There's a mod where you can you don't have to make a server and whatever. Put that server a little fucking mod in and put the mother in there, and then during there just make like her entire like time in Minecraft living hell. You know?
Take
You
her
can't do
through the
anything
broken
physical.
script. Take her
Yeah.
through the broken script. Let her figure that out.
What is it with grandparents thinking that they have rights to a kid that isn't theirs?
That's so fucking annoying, dude. Oh my god, my grandchild. The mother does you disrespected the mother, and you tried to take a DNA test. That has to be like some type of law. You can't. That
Like, it's not
That's
yours.
awful.
How can you even legally do that through, like, a hospital? Even if, like, sure, you know, biologically it's your grandkid, but it's not your baby. So
looking it
how
up.
can you even... Like, I feel like HIPAA would... Is it HIPAA?
The parents it's HIPAA, but the parents have to sign off on it.
They would have to, which means if she was able to actually get this, that would mean the husband signed off. I don't think you could, if I could just go around testing random people's paternity, like, I don't think that would be allowed. But people need to stop having. I've seen this a couple of times with grandparents where it's like just because they're the grandparent, they feel like they have some amount of like ownership over the child. It's like you don't. You play like absolutely no part at all. And that shit's so weird. And it's disrespectful as fuck to question paternity.
illegal.
It is? Yeah. Get HIPAA on that
And
shit.
depending on the state, whatever state she's in, she can look into that. Stop! Oh my, damn.
Let her do it.
Oh.
Let her get arrested.
Yeah. Yeah, it's illegal to do that. Without the parental consent. You need both.
Oh,
Not just
beautiful.
the son.
Sue them. Sue
She
them
needs
to
to get that
smithereens.
bank.
You weren't going in the will anyway. Get that money.
Mm-mm. Can my hands stop? What?
Have you guys seen that like the super super creepy like boy mom shit on TikTok though?
Yes. I hate it. It makes me severely uncomfortable.
I think the worst I've
It's always
seen
so weird.
it was hello hoop. I've scooted backwards. That's a ring. It was a mom like kissing her son, and it was born to be your lover, forced to be your mother. And I was like, that. I hope you should get arrested for that post. You should go into jail forever. Do not pass
Have you
go.
seen that addiction like show? Like
Mhm.
I'm addicted to this. There's the
Strange
fucking
Addictions?
My Strange Addiction. It's a mother that is addicted to her son, and they are in a sexual relationship.
I know.
And you killed her.
Gagging noise is a big ass no.
My bad, my bad. I didn't think about that. I'm so glad that show is scripted, by the way, for reference.
Okay, it's a natural reaction. Oh,
I'm gonna mute my mic next time.
yeah.
Just so we have that understanding, that show is scripted. Thank God.
It is?
That show is scripted. Trisha Paytas has been on that show
Okay.
like 3 times.
Oh, okay.
I think one of them was for spray tans.
There's one where like she ate, like she would eat Febreze.
What about the one that
And
ate
she said
cushion fabric? Like stuffing.
Sand.
Oh no, the only thing I
One
can
that
think
was
about is the guy
rocks.
the only thing I can think about is the guy that's sexually attracted to balloons.
The guy who fucked his car.
Did you see the update of it?
There's an up.
Dude, what? There's an update?
He got in a car crash with it and he lost it. So he, in commemoration, got a blanket made of it.
That's.
Like
He
he got a
fucks the
blanket with all the
blanket.
photos of his car.
He fucks the blanket.
I hope he kept the muffler.
No, he like, say for instance, if you were married to someone and they passed away,
Mhm.
you would get something that would commemorate them. So you get a blanket. You're not gonna fuck the blanket. That's for memory.
But it has the car on it though.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not gonna fuck a car either, but you know, to each their own.
Dead husband's face? No.
No!
Exactly. That's the same mental state for them. the same mental state for him. His physical car isn't there, so he wouldn't do it to his.
Why are we
pillowcase.
supporting this guy for sleeping with his car?
I'm not supporting him.
We have strayed so far from God.
It'd be so much weirder.
We're all going to hell. We're all going to hell.
Do you
Oh, I
think?
know.
That's the end of it.
So,
Listen,
like,
I'd rather them fuck their car than anything illegal.
but hear me out. So you know how like there's it's typically for like long distance partners, the clone a Willy thing that exists. Do you think he did
Yeah.
that for like his car's muffler? So then it's at least silicone and not like metal.
She's gonna lose it.
I like cars.
Good chow.
In a million.
Good
Shit. What the fuck?
You're welcome.
No. Oh my god, that reminds me of
I've
this
heard weirder
banner.
things.
That reminds me of
That's
this
fair.
banner I saw on Reddit of Cruz Ramirez from Cars 3, and her muffler was the inside of a vagina.
You know what? Do you guys like D&D?
Oh, yeah.
All right, there's a little plug to this random podcast. There is a D&D
Side-eye.
podcast called Dungeons and Daddies that my fiance got me
No.
listening to. And on one of the campaigns, the character is a Subaru. It's just a car. It's a Honda Odyssey. I've been corrected. And I was scrolling on Facebook one day, and I'm in some D&D groups. I was expecting normalcy to an extent, or like family drama. I instead received fan art of this Honda Odyssey getting railed by a dragon.
That's actually really common.
And the entire car was filled to the brim with splooge.
There was a whole like subreddit of that genre.
I just...
Dragons fucking cars.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. It's fucking horrendous. But it's not uncommon.
I feel like we should blame Dungeons and Daddies.
Should blame Dungeons and Daddies.
Because that graced my
God, I'm so
Facebook.
curious, but I'm not at the same time because I don't want my FBI agent to just be like, what the fuck?
I might have it on my camera roll now because I think I sent it to somebody to go, what the fuck is this?
Oh my god, could you send it?
If I have it, I'll send it to you. Because, like, the headlights have blush and everything.
Oh, so it's like an anime artist then. Oh, okay.
What's worse is it's all black and white. There's not even color. It's like a sketch of this
Moonlighting.
dragon just going as hard as he can. And there's a phrasing, I forgot it was written. I think it was just like Odyssey Coon. And I was like, I'm gonna break my phone. It's going in the ocean. We're done. And I can never
My
come back
phone
from this moment.
has been tampered and destroyed, and it's still working somehow. Oh my god, that's kind of off. It's kind of off topic, but my phone, the screen, like the actual screen, is falling off.
Oh my god.
It's wiping on itself.
Get a new screen.
No,
Get a new phone.
I've said so many times. I'm getting a new phone, and it's either the Apple store is always closed, or I sleep in, which is on me. 100% on me. But then I also like don't have enough money to buy $1,000 fucking piece of brick, so it's like I don't know.
I have
So
a
I need to send
question.
you to a website for refurbished phones, and they send it to your house. Online's an option.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you just do it online? You can message them because my boyfriend Jay, whenever he had his phone, they're like, "Hey, could I trade mine for a updated version?" And they're like, "What version?" "Oh, it's this one." Like, "Oh, yeah, we can give it to you for like $70." It doesn't have to be like the brand spanking newest phone. It just has to be a better phone than the one that's falling apart in your hands.
I don't want any of the new phones. They look ass. I want like a 12 or a 13. Perfect.
I think he has a 13 or 14.
I have a
13
12
is
Pro,
best.
I have a 12 Pro as well.
and I will be getting rid of it and
Wow.
going back to Samsung.
I got mine off of a deal.
I have an
I
11.
pay for it monthly.
Chaos, what the fuck? We need to get you, girl. We can get you a new phone. Oh my god. You order it online. Fuck going in stores. Chaos, I fear I need to end the stream because Chaos is gonna empty his fucking wallet. But I do want to give a huge thank you to you guys for taking the time tonight and coming out and yapping with us. And I love you guys so much.
Look at this.
And obviously,
Oh,
this
I
episode will
jumped.
go out on Monday. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Spotify. Hi, if you're on Twitch, you're seeing it now. They will all be linked. So the links will be linked where the links linked. Give them love, give them affection, give them attention. And with that, we will see you guys next week. And I'm gonna keep it a $1.50. I'm gonna click end stream. My monitor is frozen. So we're gonna see how this works, and if it doesn't, you guys are gonna get to see the group photo, because I don't know how to end the stream right now without turning off my fucking computer.